Ice Cube recently told everyone in the club that Diddy is going to go after everyone after the feds start to crack down on him.
You know what it is? It's your homeboy Ice Cube. And some of you may not have realized that I'm not part of the club.
Is one of the people who are in immediate danger. Jennifer Lopez recently opened up about her troubled relationship with Diddy, saying that he was the first guy to cheat on her. People are interested in their romance, which went from 1999 to 2001 and had its ups and downs. Despite this, Lopez explained that Diddy wasn't the ex who mistreated her. Diddy's houses in Los Angeles and Miami were searched by the Department of Homeland Security on Monday. This action was taken because Diddy has been accused of sexual abuse several times in the past few months. Diddy's relationship with Jennifer Lopez has long been a subject of fascination, with their romance making news in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Even Kanye West said something a few years ago that most people didn't pay much attention to. And let me tell you, they really shouldn't have right now.
Kidnap my daughter in public, and I didn't have the address of my child. None of these that want to say something
Travis
now.
Gave you the address, though, right?
Travis gave me the address.
Right.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these all you fake hard niggas, fuck you.
Wait,
hold on.
Okay.
All you fake hard niggas, fuck you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't give because you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be able to do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're gonna go pull my co-car. So y'all niggas shut the up about me. Now let me say it calm. You niggas shut the up about Michael.
Sean Diddy was seen at an airport in Miami after two of his homes were searched by Homeland Security. It was said that these raids were part of a federal probe into sex trafficking. TMZ video shows Diddy going back and forth in front of a customs office at Miami Palm Laca Executive Airport on Monday, March 25th, around 3 p.m. PT. This sighting happened not long after the raids began.
Shortly after federal agents raided his properties in Los Angeles and Miami, Diddy was spotted by TMZ pacing outside of Miami Opa-locka Executive Airport on Monday afternoon, March 26. According to their sources, Puffy was outside a customs office and was waiting to be joined by other people who were apparently also being questioned by federal officials. Information is still murky, but TMZ claims Diddy boarded a separate private jet when Homeland Security arrived, but he is not thought to be currently under arrest or on the run.
Reports suggest that Diddy and his entourage were stopped at Miami International Airport, possibly while boarding a private jet, when Homeland Security interfered. There have also been some very interesting charges made.
Amazon delivered, a woman visited, a private guard guarded. A more typical day at Sean Diddy Combs' Star Island properties. Done for the moment, the federal agents who served one of two search warrants here, part of a criminal investigation by the Southern District of New York. Agents took electronics, including a silver MacBook Air. The raid simultaneously at his homes on Star Island and in LA, as Combs himself was preparing to fly out of Opa-locka Airport, but not on his private plane, which had already departed for Antigua. It was at Opa-locka that one of his entourage, Brendan Paul, was arrested for having cocaine in his bags. Paul is also named as a drug mule and payer of sex workers in this scathing, explicit 73-page lawsuit against Combs, his son, and a roster of associates by music producer Rodney Jones. Last month in it, Jones unspooled allegations with photos of sex abuse, sex trafficking, drugs, violence, threats, a quote enterprise, establishing one of the locations for it as Combs' Star Island address.
Gene Deal had this to say after the recent events.
How you feel about the news that broke that Diddy, he gave up the rest of his shares in Revolt?
Listen, he has to do that because no company wants to do business with somebody who is being accused, have allegations against them for sexual misconduct and deviant behavior. Nobody wants to do business with that. All the shareholders, it ain't nothing that he's giving up. They like, yo, listen, give me that. They said, they did a Diddy. Take that. You understand? They're gonna take that from him. The shareholders is gonna say, yo, listen to me. We all gonna pull out. No Diddy. But we all gonna pull out our shares and everything if you don't give up what you have in the company.
Did you see that video that went viral of Diddy pacing around the airport after his houses got raided?
I seen that video. And I seen that look in his face before. I seen that look in his face. You understand? When he was with the same gang, and Mike Owens, AKA Mike, everybody can call it, D-Ferg did a collection for him because he didn't know how he was gonna pay his rent, and he didn't know how he was going to pay his rent, child support, and his car note, because he had one of those drop-top Cabarets Volkswagens. So Mike gave $5,000. I wasn't giving him nothing. I'm just telling you right now. D was just collecting money for niggas, you know what I'm saying? Yo, man, we gotta make sure, because he wanna kill himself. He gonna kill himself. Diddy had that pace, and he had that look in his face that he know something may be wrong, or they may have something on him. Because they took things out of there. We may not have seen what they took, but they had bags and boxes of stuff that they took out of there. So he knows, he's getting a play-by-play of what's going on. And even back then, doing that City College, when he was fired from Uptown Records, he was making statements about doing this stuff. He had that same look in his face.
Yeah, he looked worried, man. I'm not gonna lie, for a split second, man, I felt bad for him. For a split second, but yeah.
Like, everybody, I get all kind of hate mail, IGs, talking about that I'm trying to take a black man down. No. I went through every step you supposed to go through when you got a problem, you got a situation, you got an issue with a man. You understand? I get in contact with him. Went to mutual friends. Let's sit down and talk. What you did to Wolf's mother wasn't right, bro. You don't talk to her like that. If Wolf was alive, he'd take your head off.
Diddy's label was also very famous back in the day, but later on, Mark Curry spoke out about the reality behind the scenes at Bad Boy Records.
Did I see these kind of things in his actions when I knew him or when I was around him? Did I see him have those bursts of violence? Just not on, you'd be like, he did it. If you seen that, it was another video. He won some, he just over cocky. That's why he got fired from Uptown. He's over, what do you call someone who's overly confident? To the point to where it's called arrogance, right? He's arrogant. Nothing wrong with being arrogant, but when you're arrogant and you do it in spiteful ways, then, so when I seen that and I reflect, and I'm like, man, I do remember seeing him be being physically violent towards females. I seen him be physically violent towards producers, other record execs, even artists. Always those kind of stories, man. But those stories are seen from the inside out, not from the outside in. So it's just like, sometimes you can tell, as a man, you'd be like, look, we're gonna need a fair one, or we a one-on-one, a fair one-on-one, and we fight as men so we can come to a resolution, right? So sometimes we fight as men, but you see that sometimes they fight, they keep fighting. They fighting with women, they fighting with people, they fighting with love, they fighting with they self. I seen him fight with his own self. I seen him be violent to his own self, forget anybody else. I seen him beat his own self up.
Wow, what you mean by that?
Meaning you putting yourself through so much stuff, you beating your own self up, you bringing yourself down with whatever kind of things you need at that time, whether it be alcohol whether it be pills or whatever it is that you need. Sometimes people get addicted to pills. And when they get addicted to pills, that it alters the ego. All of that kind of stuff, devices. I seen it all, man.
And you said that you seen him get physical with his own artists?
Meaning like producers, mainly the hitmen. Mainly the producers. And what I mean by physical, it'd be like sometimes it might be a physical fight between him and someone else. And you say, wow, you're fighting even with your own artists. You're fighting when you go home. You're fighting with people in your office. You're fighting with your girlfriend. You're fighting with me. You just want to fight everybody, don't you? And that's what, when you think of that name, that might be what he defines bad boy. It's really about that energy that he feels like what makes him. That's what makes him.
Diddy rose to fame in the music industry, especially amid the fierce competition between the West and East Coasts in 1990s hip-hop and gangster rap. This period was important in the genre's history. The conflict between Knight, the founder of Death Row Records, and rapper Tupac Shakur tragically ended in the murders of both Biggie and Tupac. Although Diddy was never personally involved in these tragedies, stories and conspiracy theories exist concerning the circumstances behind their deaths. Despite the controversy, Diddy's business continued to grow. Jaguar Wright offered a unique viewpoint on Diddy's successes.
I was thinking to myself the other day, Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, Albie Shore, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee. She was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim's dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left, Puffy and Al. And Al almost. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. They have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was gonna meet up with him because we were in Vegas, and I said, no. You wanna know what they all had in common though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And Albie Shore was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest motherfucker, because it seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the very beginning, gone. Just him. I guess Al disappointed you. I speak for a reason. When you see this bullshit ass motherfucking game with people that you love, that you like, there's too many coincidences.
Too many. You
honeycomb.
Stamp it.
We gonna get you and your little dog too.
Diddy finds himself in even more hot water after being accused of attack. A sequence in the music video for Hate Me Now featuring NS depicting them being crucified caused outrage. Diddy felt it was insulting and ordered it deleted, but the uncensored version was leaked, so Diddy and Nas filed a lawsuit against the Scope Records. CEO Diddy eventually pleaded guilty to a lesser offense and was forced to attend anger treatment for 1 day. However, Diddy's violent history is not limited to this episode. An infamous brawl happened inside a New York nightclub where a heated dispute escalated into a shooting that injured 3 people. Diddy and his then-girlfriend, Jennifer Lopez, were arrested and charged with assault and possession of guns, while Lopez's charges were dropped. Diddy went to trial, claiming racial bias against black men in the legal system. He was found not guilty, but his protégé got a 9-year sentence for his role. Shine charged Diddy with deception. As time passed, more people spoke out in favor of Diddy's charges.
According to this woman, she says that she's been telling this story consistently for years, but there's been a cover-up. And if we've learned anything from the Cassie story and the recent allegations and other lawsuits, it seems as if Diddy has a pattern of threatening people and cover-up. And she literally says that he had to end up paying her for that incident. Again, as always, these are allegations. I just want to play what she says for you, because a lot of people are saying she's been saying the same story for a very long time. A lot of this has been covered up, and this is why the public doesn't know about her story.
Hey, how you doing? So, here today about this latest lawsuit with the P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Puffy, Sean Puffy Combs, whatever you want to call him. Lawsuit that has come out involving the producer Lil Rod. So basically his last 2 lawsuits, or last 2 major lawsuits, the one with Cassie, she made mention that Puffy made her carry his guns into nightclubs and wherever they went. And he threatened her to make her feel like she had to do so. And while there were lots of things of importance, that stood out to me. And I'm gonna tell you why. In this lawsuit with the producer Lil Rod, they were both SA'd by him and threatened and physically harmed. But in this lawsuit, he appears to be a very young producer to me. But he said something very specific. As a means of threatening him, Puffy said, "That's why I shot up the club in New York back in 1999 and let Shine take the fall for it." Let me tell you why that's of utmost importance to me. Because I am the woman who he shot in the face in that 1999, December 27th, 1999, Club New York shooting. The bullet, I got shot in my face with a 9mm hollow point bullet called a cop killer. I literally have told everyone and never changed what I said. I watched him. I got pow-powed in the face. I watched him fire the gun. I've said it all this time. Even the surgeon who did my surgery to take out part of the bullet fragments that was aspirating into my lungs and try to remove as many bullet fragments as possible, testified in the criminal trial that while they were putting me under, I was screaming, "Puffy, pew pew me in the face." He testified in the criminal trial. It is in the record. They all knew he did it. Everybody knew he did it. But he paid off the club bouncer named Sharice and all these other people and the club owners with their video to hide the video. That's his MO. I told everybody that. This man almost took my life, has traumatized my life, has caused undue harm, irreparable damage to my life, lied his behind off. I've had all these youngins on the internet harassing me, swearing that I'm making it up that he did it. And look what he did to Lil Rod. He threatened him. "Oh, you don't think I bust my gun? I shot up the club in Club New York and let Shine take the fall for it. I shot them people." Well. It only took 24 whole years for it to come out. You see this tattoo? This commemorates me getting shot. It took 24 years for him to come out and say it. I've been saying it all along, but y'all pick and choose who y'all want to believe. Oh, baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. Not only did he pew me in the face, he also set off a course of harassment against me for the past 24 years. When I tell you the things I went through, there was a time in 2017 and 2018 where I got 7 flats on my BMW. 7, the same tire, in a 2-year span. 7. You see this RICO charge that's about to come? This conspiring and pew-pewing up the club and ruining or attempting to ruin my life? As God as my witness, I will not stop until you suffer every single iota of punishment, until I have every second of recompense that you took from me. For every tear that I had to cry or my children had to cry, I am going to get $1 million back from you. I will not stop until you pay the price for what you did to my life. And for all you people out there on the internet and in cyberspace and in the far reaches of my life or the perimeters or wherever, who always like, oh, she just saying that to get some. Hell, what you got to say now? What you got to say now? I had some youngins on the internet that ain't even old enough, that weren't even alive when it happened, arguing me down, cussing me out, calling me everything but a child of God. Go check Instagram, it's there. In my life. Harassing me. Oh, you lying, he ain't do that to you. You just want clout. You just chasing clout. What is that to chase clout about? How is that clout chase worthy? It doesn't even make sense. Well, I guess it will make sense in this new generation, but you better believe I will have my say.
Additionally, Gene Deal has mentioned that there will be additional cases coming out against Diddy in the near future.
We started it off that doing his turmoil at the city college, he slapped his mother. If anybody put their hands on their mother, they are capable of doing anything. Do you understand that, bro? He's capable of doing anything to a female. I don't believe Cassie lied. I don't believe Tiffany Red lied. Dude, whole life has changed, bro. You know, the money, the drugs, the alcohol, all the things made him to a different person. The stuff that he learned, the stuff that he was doing. These girls is not lying about what they witnessed. The women who told me, you know, how he treated them, what he did to them. The girl Gina, who we heard all say he kicked her, he pushed her, mushed her in her face, all that. These women is not lying about seeing a. These women are not lying about being abused. It's his behavior. It wasn't corrected way back when. Had he got help with that way back when, then maybe they wouldn't have a leg to stand on. It's a lot of women coming out, bruh. It's a lot of people coming out. They got 3 cases already filed in court already, I think.
Oh, wow. I didn't know about that. So they got 3 cases that's on the way.
They got 3 cases on the way. Yo, I believe what those girls are saying. It's too many women that's coming out and they saying the same thing, and they wasn't around each other. Gina said what she had to say. Cassie said what she had to say. Tiffany Red said what she saw. These other people that didn't file cases, which is similar. It's gonna be crazy, bro.
The recent government investigation and raids at the homes of Sean Diddy Combs have raised questions about the rapper and hip-hop music mogul. It's unclear what exactly Homeland Security investigation agents were looking for during their raids on Combs' properties in Los Angeles and Miami on Monday, and whether Combs, who haven't been arrested, might face charges in the future. Combs' lawyer, Aaron Dyer, has stated that his client is innocent and criticized what he sees as a witch hunt based on meritless claims. The raids come amidst a backdrop of multiple civil lawsuits made in recent months against the founder of Bad Boy Records, alleging rape or sexual assault against several individuals over the past few decades. Combs has strongly denied all these accusations. Reports from the Los Angeles Times and the Associated Press suggest that these searches are connected to an ongoing trafficking investigation originating from New York. According to Rebecca Lan, a professor at the USC Gold School of Law and associate director of the Legal Writing and Advocacy Program, the participation of Homeland Security investigations (HI) in the raids, coupled with the backdrop of recent civil lawsuits against Combs, suggests that prosecutors are likely conducting a trafficking investigation that could lead to criminal charges. That's all for the video.